Video 2, building muscle, burning fat at the same time. In the previous video, I explained why it's possible. Today, we're talking practical application. Now, what we're doing is we're influencing the root cause of these two tissues. Okay? For fat, adipose tissue, we have the root cause of caloric intake and caloric expenditure. For muscle, we have the root cause of protein synthesis and muscle breakdown, if you will. Now, in order to build muscle, burn fat at the same time, we have to influence the rate of speed of these four things. Okay, so we need to have a faster expenditure calorically. We need to have a slower intake calorically in order for fat to go down. We need to have faster protein synthesis and muscular build up and slower breakdown. Let's start slowing down the caloric intake so that the rate at which you are storing fat, because you're storing fat every day, slows down. And ways I always tell people to do this, let's go after what I call luxury calories. These are calories that aren't really doing you a whole lot of good in your diet. So first and foremost, I always recommend people start with calories in liquid form, because it's a lot slower to consume calories and sugar and fat and everything else from food. But you can consume a lot of calories, especially from sugar and to some degree fat as well, in liquid form. I don't follow many dietary rules. I have a pretty liberal diet, but that is one thing that I do kind of stick to most of the time, is I very rarely drink anything with calories to it. So that's going to help slow things down. Also, mind your portion control. Eat until you're satisfied. You're good. Not until you're full and overstuffed. That alone will have a slowing down effect. Also, watch out for luxury calories, snacks, and things like that when you're not necessarily very hungry. Eating when you're bored or stressed out and stuff. Try and bring that down as much as possible. Good rules of thumb, stick to good 3 square meals a day. Get plants and protein at each meal. That usually will take care of you in many ways. Now, that'll generally slow down your caloric intake. Speeding up your caloric expenditure goes hand in hand with helping you build muscle, because we're going to do it through any type of activity. The great thing about calorie expenditure is all expenditure counts. It's not like you have to exercise a special way in order to burn fat. So let's do movement that stimulates protein synthesis and muscle building so that we can get muscle, the speed and the rate at which you're building muscle to increase. So increasing your rate of caloric expenditure with exercise, that will make your muscles work very hard, time under tension. Strength training, calisthenics, weightlifting, doesn't really matter what you're doing, just do something. That's going to increase the rate at which you are burning calories. I recommend doing some sort of a split routine or some sort of a program so that you're active every single day. It's, again, we're trying to get the speed at which we are burning calories to increase, and it's not increasing a whole lot when you're only working out for a little bit twice a week. But if you could do something every day, that greatly increases the rate of speed at which you're doing something. That's why I'm always encouraging people who are losing weight, be active every single day. It doesn't have to be super hard and intense. You're going for a walk, go for a jog, play some basketball, whatever it is, but be active every single day. That's going to greatly increase the rate at which you're burning calories throughout the week. So we got less coming in, we got more going out. That'll help body fat levels drop down. We're expending calories in order to stimulate more protein synthesis to build up muscles. Very good strength training, working the muscles really hard. And then finally, we also have other lifestyle factors to consider. Make sure you're getting plenty of sleep, and try and negate or limit the amount of stress in your life as much as you can. That sort of thing is just an energy drain, and the biggest key factor in both building muscle and burning fat is having a high energy level. Anything that's sucking the energy out of your life is going to be a big influence in adding fat and draining the muscle right out of your body. So make sure you're trying to stay away from the negative news. Don't worry too much about social media. All these sorts of things will have a big impact if you can get your stress levels down a little bit. All right, let me know if you have questions down below. Be fit, live free.